Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's use these wonderful tools right here for the second part of number 2 on this paper 4, which was from 2014. This is a pretty tricky problem. This is, man, definitely thought-provoking. Uh, some tricky stuff here. And this problem right here is where 3, 4, 8, 11 points itself, this second part. Um, so one of the things is if you're really careful about showing your work, a lot of the time you can get everything wrong and still get a lot of partial credit. So let's get into it, shall we? It says paper is sold in cylindrical rolls. So this is a cylinder, right? It says there's a wooden cylinder in the middle, right? That's got a radius of 2 centimeters and the height is 21. Um, right. So this is 21 centimeters tall. This is in the very center, and the outer radius is 30 centimeters. So calculate the volume of a roll of paper. So sometimes a diagram can help. So look, check this out. Um, when you look at the large cylinder that's got a radius of 30, right? If you subtract that little centerpiece that's got a radius of 2, that's going to give you the volume of the roll. Okay, so let's set that up. Um, so the way that's going to be is it's going to be, this is a cylinder, so it's pi r squared h, and then minus pi r squared h, right? This radius is 30, this radius is 2. So it's going to be 30 squared times pi times 21 minus 2 squared, which is 4, of course, times like this, right? So you could write it out like that. You could also write it like this right here, 21 pi 30 squared minus 4. And that's the way I would do it. I would just clean it up a little bit. Either way, you're going to get the right answer, but this one's easier to type into the calculator. So let's go ahead and do this. 30 squared minus 4, boom, done, times 21 pi is, what is that, 50? Let me see here. We're going to do 3 significant figures to this hotness right here, right? So that's going to be 59,112. 59,112. That's not 3 significant figures. I'm going to go ahead and write it out like that. This would be, in 3 significant figures, it would be this, like that. But 59,112. So this is 3 significant figures. So I'm going to write that little note there. All right, there we go. So that's 3 points worth right there. Okay, now, next question. Now, a lot of these, the reason I went back and looked, 59,112, a lot of these questions, like part 2, will build off of part 1 a lot of the time, but I don't know if that's the case here. So let's dig into this, right? So it says the paper is cut into sheets that measure 21 by, 29.7 centimeters, right? So that's one sheet. And then it says the thickness of the sheet is 0.125 millimeters. So it says change this into centimeters. So that's going to be 0.0125, right? So it's a tenth, right? So 10 millimeters per centimeter. So there we go. Now it says the reason it asks you to do that is you're going to have to use this for the next. Look, it says work out how many sheets of paper can be in a roll, right? So the clue is this, and the clue is this: we know the volume of all of the paper. That's the volume of all of the paper. We know the dimensions for one sheet of paper. So the volume of the entire roll divided by the volume of one sheet will give us how many sheets per roll. Do you see? So that's going to tell us how many times we can get sheets into the entire roll. So what I need to do is figure out the volume of one sheet. So what we've got is we got 59,112. And by writing out your work like this, whoever's grading it can see what you were thinking, right? Okay, so one roll is going to be, or one sheet is 21 times 21 centimeters, right? Times 29.7 centimeters times 0.0125 centimeters. So this is centimeters cubed, and this whole thing will be centimeters cubed as well. So our units are all good, right? So let's do this right here. 21 times, let's see, 21 times 29.7 times 0.125. So that's what one sheet of paper. That's volume of one sheet of paper. So 59,112 divided by my answer. Oops. So 50. Oh man, I got to do it all over again. So 21 times 29.7 times 0.0125. Okay. 59,112 divided by the answer. It's going to be 700 and so that's going to be 7582 point who cares. So three significant figures would be 7580 and three significant figures. Three sig figs. So 7580. Correct to three significant figures. That's worth 4 points. It's pretty good. Okay, now last one for this portion right here. It says 36 of these rolls fit into a container with the wooden cylinders vertical. So that means that they're going to be stacked up like this right here, right? So that's one, right? And on top of that, you would have another like this, right? And there's a cylinder, so it's going to be stacked up like that, right? So with the wooden cylinders being vertical. Okay. The container is a rectangular prism. It's a rectangular prism, kind of like this, right? That's a rectangular prism. It's a rectangular prism. And it's 2.4 meters by 1.8 meters. Okay, so that's important. The meters are important because we've been dealing with centimeters, and remember the 30 is the radius, 30 centimeters. So that means it's 60 across. Okay, now calculate the height, each one. So there's 36 that fits in here, right? There's 36. It gives us the dimensions. So we're gonna say that these are fitting in like here's one box, here's another box. We don't know how many boxes fit, right? So we need to figure that out. If the diameter is 60 centimeters, and that's 0.6 meters, so that would be 4 of them fit here, because 2.4 divided by 0.6 is 4, right? And there's 3 here. Do you see? There's 4 by 3. So that means in one layer, that one layer has 12. One layer has 12. There's 12 in the bottom. There's 12 total in the bottom. There's 36 total, so that means that they're going to be 3 high, right? And the height of each was 21. There's 3 high times 21, so that's 63 centimeters. Give your answer in meters, so 0.63 meters. It already has my unit there, so I don't have to write it. 0.63 meters, and yeah, we're done. So that's kind of a tricky question. That's number 2. The second part of number 2, the first part had to do with basic number stuff. Second part had to do with three-dimensional geometry. Man, that's a tough one. But moral of the story is, on these paper 4s, be sure that you're writing out all your work. Double check, use your calculator carefully, and you can get this. So anyway, I hope it's been helpful, and I will see you guys on the flip side.